What is going on, guys? I am live at Tempe Marketplace in Tempe, Arizona. Probably going to hit the streets and talk fantasy football with some random drunk people, and we'll see who's drafting Todd Gurley from this group of boozers here at Tempe Marketplace, the district. We're live. Savvy's first in the house. Savvy, what's going on? We can talk news, nose talk Melvin Gordon. We can talk Tyreek Hill. We can talk sleepers, bust, bold predictions, and more. Live at Tempe Marketplace, the district in Tempe, Arizona. Should we walk around? One thing I'm going to try and do is find one of these electric scooters and ride around. I do have my wallet on me. I'm good to go. I will have to get off my phone to... Oh, what do you know? Holy shit. The only problem is I don't have this one in my phone already. Otherwise, I'd jump on this bad boy and we just ride around and ask questions. But I'd have to actually scan it in, download the app, and I've got you guys on here. I should have did that first. So about to find one of those other scooters, not one of these. We got to find... Let's walk this way. Let's try and find a scooter. There's a bar this area. Again, we're at the district. Talking fantasy football. Talking bus sleepers, bold predictions, whatever you want, and interviews on the streets of Tempe, kind of. What do you guys got? Hit me with questions while I'm walking around. I'm at Tempe Market, the district in Arizona, Tempe Marketplace. We see some, I definitely want to find people that are wearing like Cardinal hats and sports paraphernalia. We find people like that, we know they're down to talk fantasy football. We found some people here, I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday. But what I want to find is one of those scooters. I'll have to put you guys on a hold while I pay for it on my phone. I didn't think about that. I don't see one yet. Hit me with a question. Trey Williams, running back, rookie running back, or Rodney Anderson? God, that's a close one. I'd say probably Anderson for Trayvon for right now. Just walk up to randoms. I did that, but I want to walk up to some people that look like they might be into fantasy football or into the NFL. Cardinals fans. If you went wide receiver Mahomes, how would you feel about Drake as your running back one? It's certainly one of those players that has upside for that kind of approach, but I would definitely look to probably make sure you're loaded up on those Samuels, Jalen Samuels, Benny Snell, Henderson, the guys I talk about. So we're gonna look for one of these scooters so we can take it around. Watch Damian Harris on tape, much more explosive than Jacobs. I agree with that. And I think people are jumping the gun thinking that Jacobs can be this elite every down running back in the NFL. I'm not saying he won't. I'm not saying he's not in the best situation. I'm looking for one of these scooters. But you're talking about Harris having way more experience than Jacobs has. He has 2,000-yard seasons before this year. Jacobs has never rushed for over 641 yards. So you tell me who's got more experience. It's a guy that's rushed for 1,000 yards twice. Damian Harris has a lot of skill. He's in a great situation, and I think that you're paying a much lower price tag. Is that a scooter? I think we got one. Hopefully it doesn't. It's not low battery. I might have to minimize the live. Hopefully it doesn't cut it off. How come these rookie backs don't look electric at all? Monty and Henderson look good. Okay, hopefully this doesn't hang up on you guys. If anybody wonders where I am, it's gonna put you on. Whoops. Hold on. How's this kickstand's like broken? All right, so I'm gonna have to put you guys on hold while I pay for this thing. So here's the scooter. We're gonna ride it around. Looks like the kickstand's this way. There we go. All right. Don't crash. Don't worry. I'm a professional. All right. So stay right there. I hope it just like cuts in and out or something. So make sure you stay. This one is low battery. Low battery. Gotta put the kickstand back down. What a waste of time there. All right. Next scooter. Who's here from Instagram? What's up, baller? Hey, Smitty, hear this in auction. I've been able to snag Thomas, Odell, AB, Baker, Damian. Tell me that isn't a 6-star. That's exactly what I'm talking about, bro. You get those wide receivers like that, especially if you get those top 5 wide receivers that are capable of being as good as the other top 5 wide receivers. You're talking about Odell Beckham Jr., you're talking about Mike Evans, you're talking about AB. Loading up on those guys. Where are these damn scooters, man? They're usually all over the freaking place. What up from Aloha, Robin? All right, you guys help me find one of these scooters here. Why do we only have freaking 8 people in the room? What the hell? I guess because it's Friday night and it's like 2 a.m. Eastern, right? Your feed cut out, Sand, because I was looking to purchase the rental of that scooter while I ride around and talk fantasy football. There's usually a scooter down this way. I actually come do this a lot with my daughter. She loves it. What up, Miller? Hit me with some questions. What up, Miller? I don't think I'm gonna find a damn scooter. This blows. Odell or Juju? I'm gonna say that's pretty damn close, pretty even. I like Odell. I think Odell finishes as the #1 wide receiver in fantasy football. A lot of people think that's a little bold, and that's okay. Bold stuff never feels comfortable for everybody, but that's how I feel. I think Odell's going to tear it up in 2019. He's happy. He's going to stay healthy. You were able to snag. Sand says I was able to snag Odell, AB, Baker, Damian. Yeah, I mean that's freaking amazing. Can I put this comment on screen here? No. All right, guys, I'm gonna walk in a circle here and try to find a damn scooter. Kyler Murray or Carson Wentz? I think in redraft. God, that's tough. I'd say Carson Wentz probably a little by a hair in redraft, but you're talking about Kyler Murray, a guy I really like, a guy I think can be a top 5 to 10 running back or quarterback in 2000, or top 8 to 12 QB as a rookie, top 5 to 10 QB in dynasty. That's what I think of Kyler Murray. I think Wentz has top 6 to 10 potential now, but a whole bunch of risk all over the place, I think. That's kind of how I evaluate that. So you have Murray almost with maybe a slot or two higher dynasty appeal and maybe potential, but you have Wentz who, you know, he just feels like a safer guy to bet on than let a rookie kind of get his feet wet. Because Murray's going to probably have a slow start or be inconsistent and really pick it up toward the end. Kyler Murray is a guy you want in redraft that you're going to maybe play later as your starter. All right, guys, I'm not seeing a scooter. I'm walking all over this place. I'm going to find a damn scooter for you. And yes, I have I'm just doing this for fun. I'm leaving my car to go find a scooter. They're fun. Does anybody have these in their hometown, these like electric scooters? I'm trying to find one to ride it around because it's so damn fun. They go pretty fast, and I ride it all over where you're not supposed to. And I'm going to be live streaming while I ride it. I don't think that's safe. Almost got hit by a car there. Live. Yeah, the birds, they have the birds here. The only problem is I saw one. I wanted to take the bird, but I don't have that app downloaded. I've been running the other one, the Razor, and so you guys would have had to wait, you know, for me to download the app. I thought about doing it. I think on the live, on the replay, it does it. It just cuts it in and out like nothing ever happened. You know, almost like it puts you to sleep. You wake back up. You didn't have any like pausing. But on the stream, if all you guys stay and hang out, I can go ahead and download the bird app. But any questions here? The highest Gronk was ever ranked was 26 from 2010 to 2018. Tight end can... I don't know if I missed that conversation. Standard 10 team on ESPN just got Chubb, Damian Williams, James White, Mark Ingram, Darrell Henderson, and David Montgomery. Nice work, man. Come on, Scooter. Where are you? I should have found one before I started the live. That's my bad. I should have found one and rented it. Roll up on the scooter at one of these where these people are hanging out drunk and ask them about Todd Gurley. That was the goal. We might go into Target and do some shopping real quick, take it back to my car, and then I'll try and find a scooter. Smitty, I love the scooters, Old Town. Yeah, there's a landmine with them, yeah. Tempe normally is, ASU's right here. And ASU's full of them. Man, when I went to ASU myself, and when I went to ASU, they didn't have scooters. Like, these kids have it. And if you're a kid right now, I apologize for talking about you like this, but these kids have it made now. Like, to grow up right now as an 18-year-old, these kids have no idea the luxury they have. Scooters waiting for them that I'm sure their parents' credit card just gets charged every time and they're safer. You know, my daughter tells me, hey, Dad, I can take a scooter to class versus walk, you know, by all these transients or something. I'm going to be like, yeah, take my credit card and run that. Like, it's such a great business too. These scooters are amazing. I remember the bikes, when the bikes came out, you're like, damn, these bikes they're okay. The scooters blow them away. I'm not seeing a damn scooter though. Okay, hit me with some questions, guys. I'm like all out of breath. It's hard to live stream and walk. And it's even harder to live stream and walk fast and live stream at the same time. You know what I love is when you see a scooter. I know I keep talking about scooters. This is a fantasy football show. And you know it's parked outside, that somebody's like parked it there, like they're territorial about it, like, this is my scooter, I'm shopping, don't touch it. And they put the scooter like in a corner tucked away, and then you get on it and you take off, and you know they come out and they're like, where the hell is my scooter? Do you like Godwin or Boyd more? I like them. That's a really good question because those guys are damn even and close. I'd probably say I like Godwin a little more. I like his situation a tad, definitely more. So I'll probably go with Godwin at this moment, but I do think Boyd is a really good receiver, and Boyd could be really damn good. But I think Godwin's got to win that one, man. Ertz or Kittle? Kittle. I think Kittle's going to... Oh. My guess is this one's out of battery too. But this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Look. You know somebody's shopping right now. They parked it, tucked it away. And I'm probably taking somebody's ride home. It's not funny. All right, I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm going to try and pay for it. Hold on. This is my scooter. As I scrape it. Jeez. I am a professional. Whoa. You guys want this angle, or I'll start it off this way? You know somebody's gonna walk out and they're gonna be pissed as hell. That's my scooter, Smitty. What's not safe is not being able to use, I should have got one of those like harnesses. What's not safe is not being able to use your brake or your gas at the same time, because I can only use one. I'm holding the phone, so I'm either gonna use the gas or I gotta switch hands and use the brake. Actually, I can use my hand, like my palm. There we go. We're golden. We're golden. Fantasy, first ever live stream fantasy football scooter advice. First ever. Hit me with a question. I'm ready. Fantasy football on the move. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, almost ran into somebody there. Okay. Hit me with it. Questions, guys. Next question. Counselor would never do this. That's correct. The counselor wouldn't have the balls to scoot while he answers. Scoot. I'm full speed here. Reading questions. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ingram in the 5th or McDonald in the 7th? Lat Murray or Penny? Ingram in the, whoa. Try to do some obstacles here. Ingram in the 5th or McDonald in the 7th? I'm going to go with McDonald. I don't like Ingram in the 5th. That's way too high. Lat Murray or Penny? If that's a redraft, I think Lat Murray has more standalone value right now, but Penny could be a beast later, so I say Penny. Don't worry, easy game. I'm not going to hurt myself. If I do hurt myself, I'm going to totally pretend I didn't, and then I'm going to be like, I got to go, guys. I'm not hurt. I'm just going to stop live streaming. Okay, we got to cross the street. We got to get over to where the people are, so we're going to do some interviews. Okay, we're going to cross the street, guys. This is not, I do not recommend this. This is not safe. Oh, look at this. Look at this. When you're looking for a scooter, yeah, where were you when I needed you? We know we have a backup if I need it. Keenan Allen or Amari Cooper. Keenan Allen or Amari Cooper. I'm going to say that's a tie. And both are guys I typically don't own in 2019 because I feel like they're getting overdrafted. But I'd say that's pretty damn close. I'd want to lean Cooper because I think, can you guys still hear me? Or is that 20-mile-an-hour wind a little too much for you? Oh yeah. Look at this, I can do this with my foot. That way I can live stream. Almost crashed. How do I get over to where I need to be? Let's see. Where are the people to interview now that I've driven all the way around the whole entire district? Cruising down the street in my Scoot 4. Okay, let me look at some fantasy questions. Yeah, we can hear you, sweet. You good? We can hear you. You're clear. Attaboy. Okay, let's go find some peeps. Thumbs up, attaboy Savvy. I only got 22 people in the room here. What I'm doing for you guys, for 22 people right now, we usually have 70. It's late. I went live a little late. That was my bad. This is where we were the other night when I got the Bar Louie guys to give me some fantasy football advice. We need to find some people to interview. This is where security usually stops me. And they're like, dude, you can't ride on here. All right, we'll wait right here. We're scootering around. Fantasy football has never been more mobile before. Do you guys think I'm probably the first ever live streaming fantasy football scooter? Like, honestly, like, would that be, can you confidently say I'm the first person to ever live stream giving fantasy football advice on a scooter? I want to know. Okay. I feel like I am. I don't feel like I was stretching there. I'm gonna wait right here just so I don't get kicked out right away when I just started. These things are really awesome. I've got a car that is, new, and it's a nice car, and I'd rather drive this. I really would. So we're looking for Cardinal hats, jerseys. Hopefully no one at a bar is in a jersey. That wouldn't be a very good way to pick up on the ladies, but we'll find some dude in a hat, Cardinals hat, and we're gonna be like, tell me about Todd Gurley. You guys got any questions you want me to ask him in advance? And if you have any questions while I'm waiting, let me know. Alan, still waiting for some fantasy football questions, guys, while we're waiting. Fitz or Kirk, I think you're asking. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna say Fitz for this last year. I think Fitz could have like 900 to 1,000 and like 5 to 7 TDs. I think he really could. I think Kirk could be like 1,000 and maybe 5 or 9. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if Arizona can produce 2,000-yard receivers. I think if they do, they'll be very, barely 1,000-yard receivers. But they're going to spread the ball around a lot. But I think they're still going to throw a ton. So we might see two guys trickle in at that 1,000-yard mark. T.Y. Lockett or Calvin Ridley, dude, that's easy call. Ridley by a mile. I think Ridley could really be a potential top 15 wide receiver in 2019 that can dance inside the top 10 for wide receivers here and there. And if Julio misses any time, Calvin Ridley's going to mature rather quickly. Number 2, defense behind. I don't know at this point, man. You could go 5 different ways, but I think the Bears are the only defense I would even consider taking really, really early. And you knew I loved Ridley, Smitty. I do too, says Terrence. Yeah. I mean, Lockett, I'm not saying Lockett can't be good. I'm not saying Lockett can't do well, but Lockett did phenomenal with a very low amount of targets. And while you could say to yourself, hey, that means that, man, once he gets the targets, he's going to be the best player in the league, right? Because his efficiency was like better than anybody. But given that he's not a young guy, I don't think that's going to just develop. I think that's a tell that he did a lot with a little, and that's not going to necessarily be the case. That's somebody you can't count on, in my opinion. And Doug Baldwin's gone, but DK Metcalf's in. And I don't know that that's that big of a difference in terms of hogging up the target shares that Baldwin, would pull in or whatever. Because it'll be distributed out, I think, to everybody else. It's not going to be something that just, DK's going to have to take on. Like, they'll spread the ball around. I just don't see DK being a machine. I don't see Lockett being a machine. I think Wilson has proven that he produces, but he doesn't necessarily create these monster wide receivers like an Aaron Rodgers does. Is Mike Evans underrated? Absolutely. I think Mike Evans has top 2 or top 3 to 5 wide receiver like ceiling, and you can get him in the mid freaking second round. He's the number 1 wide receiver to go after in the second round if you want that guy that could potentially be as good as anybody drafted in the first round at wide receiver. And so in an auction, you buy him, you buy Odell Beckham Jr., and you buy Mike Thomas, all three of those guys are top 1 to 5 potential. All three of them could be 1 to 5. Maybe Evans is 2 to 5 or whatever. I don't know if I can see Evans being number 1, but he could be 2 or 3 or 4, and we're splitting hairs there. The point is, every one of those guys I just named, Evans, Odell, and Mike Thomas, are going in the second round for whatever dumb reason they are. They're falling. And maybe that changes with one of them, like Mike Thomas, because Gordon now might swap spots with them. But my point being that in an auction, you're going to be paying slightly lesser than the Hopkins and the Devontae Adams of the world. So if you want to go wide receiver, or even just wide receiver, pluck 2 of those guys in your auction, and then you have it made. Smitty, can you win the chip in a 12-team 0.5 PPR doing wide receiver, Mahomes? Abso-freaking-lutely, my friend. You have to land stuff. You're going to be ridiculed, and people will make fun of your running backs and ignore the fact that you are stacked everywhere else, and they'll just focus on your running backs, try and wear you down. People that have tried this, that I've told them that they can win with it, they've wanted to do it, they typically draft it and they freak out and they email me after they make a trade they shouldn't have made before, and they didn't ask my advice, and they traded out of the wide receiver Pat Mahomes type strategy, and they sold very low and screwed themselves over by not sticking to the plan. And the plan is, you land the Jalen Samuels, you land him with Snell, you get a running back store that grooms and grows running back breakouts, and then you dominate later. You may not have your running back 2 squared away or figured out yet heading into week 1. It might take till week 3, but once you get a James Conner type production, or you pick up a Phillip Lindsay, then you're killing it. You're absolutely killing it, and nobody can hang with you if you do that. This is a dead corner. You'd think there'd be more people here. What's the next question here? Both good when healthy. Never played an auction. Played an auction, man. Fournette thoughts. I'm not a big fan of Fournette. Fournette was my biggest bust prediction of all of 2018. He's done nothing but, I think, make himself ranked worse in my eyes by his offseason. The fact that the Jaguars almost wrote him off. Armstead I think is a guy you want to bank on really late in your draft, and you must handcuff Fournette and Armstead, but I'm not a fan. I love Dalvin Cook. That was a question up there. Mike Evans, T.Y. Hilton, and A.J. Green is my wide receiver. That's good, easy, but that is definitely not going to get you that wide receiver look. Like, if those are your 3 wide receivers, then you're able to build elsewhere, because those aren't as big in names. But those are good wide receivers to have. But you probably have good running backs too, because that isn't so top heavy. That's decent, That's a good wide receiver crew, but not like the kind we're talking. Smitty, get away from the crickets. You can't hear that with the crickets, really? The crickets are that loud you can't hear me? Adam Sheehan, yeah. My running backs are Aaron Jones and Kerryon. That's not bad. All right, well, let's ride around for a little bit. Whoa, buddy, whoa. We almost took a tumble. It's not like riding a bike. Riding a scooter while you live stream with your wrist pushing down the gas and your proper hand on the brake, because that's the most important part, right? I figured that out after about 25 seconds, that it's a little more important that I have my proper grip on the brake and I try and kind of smash down the gas with my wrist. So braking is the key to safety while live streaming and scootering. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna head this way. This is illegal. Okay, this might be more hopping over here. I might have to leave my scooter to go do these interviews. If there's security around here, they're gonna blast me. I'm live streaming right now on a fantasy football show. Do you guys play fantasy football, watch the NFL? Nothing?
No.
Okay, you want to say at least hi? Say.
What up?
All right, I gotta.
Lions are gonna win. It's the
The Lions.
all the way.
The Lions.
Best squad in the league.
Yeah. Are they going to be pass heavy or run heavy this year?
It's gonna be both.
Both. Okay.
You gotta have the hybrid model.
And Todd Gurley, is he going to be good this year?
I don't know who it is.
Okay.
I can't speak for him.
Okay. No one knows who he is anymore, so you're good. All right, guys, appreciate it. Okay, we got to find. How do you guys like that interview? That's how you do it. I look so professional right now. I know they didn't. That's what they were joking. I look so professional right now, riding around on my scooter. Like, I'm from the fantasy football show. It looks like I don't own a vehicle, and I'm just like on my scooter. Oh, there's security. I think he's clocked out though. He's got like a plastic bag. He's not screwing with me. He's like, dude, I'm out of here. I don't have to throw this guy out. Well, let's go down way and find more fantasy football enthusiasts like those guys. Let's live stream and read. I just traded Hawkinson and Murray. I'm really doing this, steering with, I'm not even braking right now. There's nothing in front of me though. I don't think I need my brakes right now. I don't think I need my brakes for another 25 or 30 seconds. Security guy, I can't even read this. Security guy wants to go home. Agreed. Okay. Whoa, this is, whoa. Okay, I think we got some people coming. You guys NFL fans or fantasy football fans? Anybody?
Nah, we're theater people.
Okay. I'm live streaming on a fantasy football show, trying to find people to interview on NFL questions. But
Sorry, man. If you have any Broadway questions, we can help you with that.
okay, can you act like you have a knee injury, like a guy named Todd Gurley that I'm saying don't draft him, he's hurt. Can we see you like with a knee injury?
I mean, I have a foot injury.
Literally has
Okay.
a foot injury. Don't draft him. Whatever you do.
So
Don't draft him.
don't draft Todd. Can I get that on camera? It's on thefantasyfootballshow.com. Yeah. So go ahead.
Show,
Yeah.
Just whatever you do, don't draft him. He's hurt. It's not a smart idea. Just stay away from that.
Todd Gurley.
Todd, who?
Todd Gurley.
That's who I said. Yeah, Todd Gurley.
Perfect.
Yeah, of course.
You guys are amazing. Nobody plays fantasy football. I think a lot of people don't want to be on camera at first, and then they say that they don't play fantasy football too. Looking for security. Hold on, guys. You guys play fantasy football or like the NFL?
I do. Yeah.
You do? Okay, I'm Smitty from the Fantasy Football Show. I'm live streaming. First ever live streaming scooter experience, I think, on the internet, giving fantasy football advice.
Okay.
Do you mind being on camera and doing an interview?
Yes.
Okay, I'll give you a free subscription to sleeperu.com. That's my fantasy football site.
Okay.
Okay, so we're live streaming. It's late, so we only have
All right.
24 people in the room right now, but it's going to be reviewed thousands,
All right.
so you can come
Awesome.
watch it. What do you think of Todd Gurley in 2019?
Todd Gurley, Todd Gurley, you're talking about Rams offense, you're talking about that offensive line crazy. I think Todd Gurley is going to be one of the best running backs, not in the NFL, fantasy football wise. But I also believe that Nick Chubb's also going to be really good. Who else is going to be? Alvin Kamara is going to be really good.
He is?
There's going to be a lot of, and then you have, what's his name? I forgot his name.
What's your name again?
Eric.
Okay, Eric, are you worried about Todd Gurley's injury at all, though? His knee? Because what I've been talking about all offseason is that the guy's not going to ever be the same because he has degenerative arthritis in his knee. They drafted Darrell Henderson. Do you know much about Darrell Henderson?
Yeah.
breakaway, most. He's number one in college football history in yards per attempt.
Yeah.
So he's going to be phenomenal in 2019. I think
19?
if he gets a shot. So you're thinking Todd Gurley's going to somehow get through it.
So here's the thing. Todd Gurley, I just think he's a natural athlete. Yes, he does have arthritis. Yes, he does have an injury, but I think he will overcome it. Now, I do think that Henderson's going to have his shot, but I still think Todd Gurley is going to be talked about in 2019.
Who's your biggest sleeper in 2019? Guy that people aren't looking at that they should be looking at.
So honestly, like, I'm a Cards fan, you know.
Okay, that happens.
David Johnson, obviously, he had a really great year. Cardinals, you know, pretty trash this last year. I honestly think David Johnson's going to have a breakout year.
I think he's going to bounce back.
Exactly,
Yeah,
bounce back.
yeah.
And maybe not like sleeper, but I think he's going to bounce back.
Okay. And give me one bust candidate. Guy you're staying away from, you're not going near in 2019.
Oh, that's a good question. Bust. Man. Again, I don't know. Peterson took PEDs. You know how he got suspended? I just don't think he's going to come back as good. Jarvis Landry, I don't think he's going to be as good either.
You like the Browns this year?
Oh, yeah. I think the Browns are definitely going to make playoffs. I just don't think... I think Jarvis Landry's pretty done. You know, you have... they just got... Who was the Kansas City Chiefs running back that they got?
Damian Williams? You're talking about Damian Williams?
No, the guy that kicked the girl.
Oh, Kareem Hunt. You're talking about their
Kareem
backup.
Hunt.
Okay.
They got him. You know, I feel like he's gonna get some reps in maybe.
Yeah, but he's suspended for half a season. So
yeah, like when he comes back, you know,
right,
he's gonna
right.
come like the Jarvis Landry.
Yeah. So you think, okay. Do you ever listen to the Red Zone on 1580 AM CBS Sports Radio?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, the Red Zone. I'm on that show every
Okay.
Tuesday. I'm Smitty. You might hear Russ, Bliss, and I
Okay.
doing fantasy football.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
So good to meet you, Eric.
Thank you. Good to meet you.
Just let me give you my card here,
All right. Awesome.
and then you can email me. Email me,
Okay.
and I will hook you up with a 2019 fantasy football subscription from
Okay.
sleeperu.com.
All right,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
it, Eric.
Appreciate
That's
it.
Eric, guys.
Have a good one.
Yeah. Nice guy, though. So that was kind of at least an interesting take, and he was very excited to. You guys play fantasy football? No? NFL fans?
NFL fans, yeah.
Okay. What do you think about? I'm live on a YouTube show. Do you guys mind being on? It's called the Fantasy Football Show.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. What are your names?
I'm John. I'm Brian.
Brian and John. Okay. What do you guys think of the Cardinals in 2019? Are you excited? Are you guys homers? Are you clouded by?
So
Your
when
love
it
for
comes
the
to
Cardinals?
sports, I'm really cynical and I'm a realist.
Okay.
I really like Kyler Murray, but I mean, do I think we're going to win 8 games? No. But I think he's going to be really exciting to watch. I think it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
But we're not going to win. If I had to put a win total on what we're going to win, I would say 5 or 6 games.
Okay. I think we're going to do pretty well. I like the fact that Kingsbury went and got Kyler Murray and decided we're going to scrap the plan to have Rosen our starter. I think we would have been garbage if we had Rosen under center, so I'm pretty excited. I think his game will fit very well, his style of play with our offense and what we're doing, and being very spread out. David Johnson's going to bounce back in that type of environment. I'm really excited. So I'm actually usually pessimistic too, but I think they're going to have a big year. So what other teams, you don't like football at all?
I do watch it, but I'm
Okay.
not super into it.
What other teams do you like? Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl in 2019?
Oh, man. I think it could be the Rams.
The Rams?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What do you think of Todd Gurley this year? He's injured. Everyone's worried about it. They're not worried about it. He's in fantasy football. You don't play fantasy football. He's one of the biggest talked about guys because people are like, he's going to never be the same. Todd Gurley truthers like live and die and say, no, he's going to, no matter what, be amazing. Like, what are your thoughts on it? It'd be nice to hear a non-fantasy football perspective.
Todd Gurley. I don't know. I think at his position, I don't remember what his injury was.
He has arthritis in his knee, and arthritis will eventually cause a lot of inflammation.
Yeah.
So, his knee's breaking down, deteriorating kind of from the inside. The cartilage is more closer to bone on bone. Nobody knows exactly how much, how close he is because we don't know the details on it. But typically when a player has arthritis, like you remember Terrell Davis?
Yes.
So Terrell Davis had kind of a similar thing going on, and even though he'd go out and play, like he even did an interview in June about saying that he thinks Todd Gurley's pretty much done as being the Todd Gurley of old, because even during Terrell Davis's last game, he's like, if you look at his film, he actually did really well in this very last game, but he said he knew that like that was the last time he'd be able to really cut well on his knees, even though he's able to make some good plays in the game. He's like, I'm done. You know, he could feel it in his knees. So Todd Gurley's probably looking at that. Could it be toward the end of the year that it really happens? Could he muster up 14 games kind of dragging his body along? Sure. But I think when you have that kind of arthritis problem, he's not going to play at all during the preseason at all. It's just a huge like red flag. So I beat a dead horse on it, right, guys? You guys are probably getting tired of me saying it, but I'm going to say it now again that Todd Gurley's, I think, not even going to play week 1, but we'll see.
I don't know. I didn't know that was his injury.
Yeah.
But I don't know. If I had to just say right now how that's going to be, I think he probably has one good year in him.
Yeah, one good year.
One more good year. Probably.
And one more team you think has the potential to win the Super Bowl besides the Rams?
Ooh, let's see here. Always the Pats.
Yep, New England.
Yeah,
They might do it. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. If you want to check out the replay on this, go to thefantasyfootballshow.com. It'll redirect you right to the YouTube show. So, all right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
What's up, guys? I think I'm done with interviews. Nobody. I mean, not that those guys were awesome and nice too, but I think you guys aren't going to get much value. It's kind of funny, kind of fun, but I think we're ready to get on back to some fantasy football content, and then I'm going to jump off because it is getting late. I have some interviews to do for tomorrow for the Fantasy Football Summit 2019. I am hosting and putting on the Fantasy Football Summit 2019, where I'm interviewing. I'm going really fast right now without any hands on my brake. I'm about to run a stop sign. I could be the first live streaming fantasy football advice giver and the first one to crash as well. Someone call Guinness and see if I could qualify for the longest fantasy football live stream scooter show, because I probably would just be number 1. There'd be nobody else, and they'd just give it to me. So I need somebody to do that for me. I don't have time for that, but I need somebody to make that happen. That's my one request here tonight. Fantasy football. It was a fun show. It's kind of fun driving around. Let's run a stop sign again. I don't think do we got to stop? Maybe we do. I'll park this bad boy right by my car. I'll see what the total is. Probably only like $12 too. Although I have been sitting. Where did I park? Here I am. All right, I'll answer some fantasy football questions. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, hold on. I got to stop this app or quit this. 1 second. 81 cents to ride that scooter that long. That's a pretty good deal, guys. All right. Back to the safety and comfort. Is Target closed? Son of a... It's closed. Oh well, I'll go by QT. All right, let me get some air. It's hot. Arizona's hot. Back to fantasy questions, and then I got to jump because it's a 12 a.m. Arizona time. What are you Eastern people even doing up at this point? Saquon is in for a rude awakening. Miller, I'm not gonna say that I call him a bust or that I necessarily agree with that exact phrasing, but I think that anybody asking for his top numbers, the efficiency, touchdowns, red zone situations, I mean, you're asking for a lot in an offense that's really garbage minus him. Yeah, running backs have survived in that kind of environment before, but dude, when you're talking about McCaffrey, you're talking about Zeke Elliott, you're talking about Kamara, it begs the question whether you should be drafting him fourth or third, not first or second, just because. And in Dynasty, I think he's a 1 or 2 for sure. But for me, it's Alvin Kamara and Zeke Elliott, and then a tiny little space in that tier 1, just because I think they're safer. Smitty says, Michael, I traded away Christian Kirk for Tyreek Hill in Dynasty. Please tell me I'm good. You are definitely good. That's a freaking fantastic trade. Did you do that before we knew he was coming back? Because I did the same thing in my fantasy football expert league, one of my 15 or whatever that I do. I traded a 2nd round pick for Tyreek Hill. Yeah, rookie only pick. And that was before any news broke that he would ever return to fantasy football, because everyone thought he was done. You love Christian McCaffrey. I do too. I worry about him a little bit too. A little bit. Not a ton, but just the weight gain concerns me, because, why fix what isn't broken? Why are you going to gain all this muscle and carry him around more weight? Maybe slow yourself down. Maybe have more weight hitting the ground over and over. But I think that it's not enough to make me worried to the point where I don't take him as the 3rd or 4th overall pick. It just gives that tiny bit of separation between Kamara and Zeke Elliott. Next auction, you're getting Kamara, Zeke, and Kelsey. That's an awesome attempt, man, to make something that can absolutely crush everybody. You can get a deal on Hill this year in auction. Not too much anymore, but you were able to. And in the Instagram Expert League, I traded for Zeke Elliott using my 2nd and my 4th rounder. And then I went after Kamara and Mecole Hardman together in the 7th and 8th round. And that was before any news broke that Hill was ever going to return to football, because everyone thought he was done. Ask him about fan. I'm just reading through all the stuff. Super Bowl, get the #1 pick, draft. Cheers, Smitty. Peace out. See ya, Angus. Angus left a while ago. We love chatting between us here and listening to you spit fire. Stop the interviews. Sorry, Michael. Pats, wow, my girlfriend has better. Those guys were nice, though. They're all pretty cool people. It was fun to do the interviews. I agree, they're not super valuable from a fantasy football perspective, and I wanted to do them, and I'm glad I did. And now I'm back in the car, in the safety of my own vehicle. I still feel like I'm riding the scooter for some reason. I don't know if you guys ever played like Grand Theft Auto back in the day or whatever, and you get in your car and you almost run over somebody crossing the crosswalk, and you just like almost floor it because you're used to doing that in the game. I feel like right now I'm used to being on a scooter, and I'm gonna just floor it. You don't like Juju this year, Sand? I don't blame you for being a little cautious of his like quick climb, but I think he is the real deal. But I do like to get him as a 2nd drafted player, which you don't really find anymore. So I get your hesitation making him your #1 player. I do find when I draft Juju as my #1 player, I don't love my team as much as I do other teams where I take like Mike Thomas or Adams or, whatever. So I kind of understand what you're talking about. What did Baller say? Smitty, the type of guy to stop at a red lights in GTA. Yeah. Showed up late to the party. What's up? What's up, A? You always get automatics, 2 stars for running an off. What's up, A? Kittle is my bust this year, says Alan. I love Kittle in 2019, but dude, that's what makes this great. I don't land everything. That could be one of the things I get wrong, but I love George Kittle. I think he's going to hang. Maybe he doesn't beat him out, Kelsey, but I think he could hang with Kelsey all year. And Kittle's my #1 tight end in Dynasty. Smitty, who's your #1 Dynasty running back and Dynasty wide receiver? So I'd probably say my #1 Dynasty wide receiver is Hopkins, and in redraft too. And my #1 Dynasty running back, honestly, I think Kamara is still my #1. I want to say Barkley, but I don't know how quickly they'll fix that situation in New York. And I don't have him #1 because of his situation, not because of his talent. And Kamara is loaded with talent there. Yeah, Breeze. What if Breeze only has 1 or 2 years left? We'll see what happens, man. I mean, they can develop that position very easily, make a trade. There's still a ton of talent there. There's Mike Thomas. I don't know, man. I think Zeke Elliott would be a decent #1, but I do wonder if he has like, 3 years left. What if he only had 2 elite years left? Running backs have a short shelf life of 4 or 5 years. That makes Barkley kind of the guy I want to say is my number 1 running back. I think Kamara with only 2 years, very low usage, under 200 carries a season, he could be have a little bit longer shelf life. So he could be in the same range as Barkley in terms of lasting. I like Zeke. I like Odell. Man, I could go either way on that too. I could say that those are my top. I'd love to have Zeke and Elliott. Zeke and Elliott. I'd love to have Zeke Elliott and Odell Beckham Jr. I think they could be easily the number 1 and number 2. But I like Zeke and Nuke. I like Zeke and Elliott. I don't think Adams is my number 1. I think Adams is very good. And you cannot separate situation from the player talent, just like you couldn't take away Priest Holmes' offense when Priest Holmes was the number 1 running back in fantasy football and dominated everybody. A lot of that was Kansas City and how they ran their offense through him. You can't separate that. So Adams is a top 1 to 2 wide receiver, but I don't know that I want to bank on him as the dynasty one for whatever reason. In redraft, I love him. Hopkins is safe as it gets his QB and Watson's just getting going, man. So Hopkins is the easy call there, I think, because of situation definitely rules. Rodgers and Adams, they are money near the red zone. I like them in redraft. I love stacking Rodgers and Adams. It's a great freaking stack. I love Odell and Baker. I love that stack as well. I know stacks don't really actually get you more points, but they're freaking fun as hell. Especially when they're probably going to do well most weeks, and you'll rarely have that down week that kills you because if Baker does bad, then Odell's going to do bad, or not necessarily. Odell could still get a touchdown and 50 yards, and Mayfield have a bad game. Luck throwing to Paris Hilton. That's funny. I like stacking Baker, Odell, and Njoku, and I like having Chubb in there too. Like it's crazy, but it's fun. Can Hawkinson have any first-year success? Yeah, he could. But they're gonna run heavy, so I would say Hawkinson out of Fant Hawkinson. Hawkinson is probably in the tougher situation, I would say. And Alan, you're kind of probably joking because you said LOL, but I am in one league. I don't care how dumb this looks or crazy or whatever. I'm going to draft, if I can, in an auction, Mahomes. I'm going to start off with Mahomes, Kelsey, and Tyreek, and try, to ensure I get that. Or maybe Mahomes, Kelsey, and Damian Williams, and then try for Tyreek Hill. But I do want to own all 4 of those guys, and Hunt. And Darwin Thompson and Hyde. I want to own Hunt and Chubb and Odell, and I'm not so worried about Landry, but Njoku as well. I want to try at least one of those in one league. I think it would be fun as hell, but I think more so in the KC situation, because I think with Williams, Mahomes, Kelsey, and Tyreek, you're going to load up and crush people. But you could also lose like 1 week, in the playoffs or something like that if they have a bad game. It's not a wise approach, but it just sounds fun as hell. I did that with Peyton Manning the year he had that monster year, and I think it was like 2000, 14 or 15, something like that. And I won that league. I crushed that league having all of those Peyton Manning fed people. All right, guys, I'm going to call it quits for the night. I appreciate all of you. Hopefully that was at least entertaining. Did you guys have at least fun watching me scoot around? I hope that was at least entertaining. My wrist hurts because I was holding down the gas, using my left hand for the brake, and then holding the phone with my fingers in my right hand. Are you not entertained? Aww. Whedon just got here. Whedon, you got to rewatch it. I was on a scooter riding around. What's up? Okay, Savvy. Thanks, Sand. All right, peace out, guys. I appreciate all of you. You make this channel, and please hit that thumbs up on your way out. We got 26 people in the room, only 22 thumbs up. Please, please, please hit that thumbs up on the way out, and make sure you comment below, because this chat will be available in the live chat option when this publishes as a rewatchable YouTube video. But the comments will all be cleared. So comment below, I'll answer your questions. I feel like I'm the most interactive fantasy football channel out there, and I try to be. I'm here for you. I want you to win, and if you comment, I'll answer you. So it's like a win-win. You're helping the channel grow, and I'm getting to interact with you, and it's just awesome. I like talking with you guys. Take it easy. Talk to you later. Until the next time.